The National Electrical Code, or NEC, does not explicitly require recessed lights installed over showers to be on a ground fault circuit interrupter or GFCI protected circuit. There seems to be a misconception about this requirement. It's crucial to differentiate between general recommendations for safety and specific mandates within the NEC. While GFCI protection is essential in bathrooms for receptacles and certain other equipment to minimize the risk of electrical shock, the NEC stance on recessed lighting directly over showers is different. To understand this, it's important to delve into the specific sections of the NEC that deal with GFCI protection in bathrooms. Typically, Article 210.8 addresses GFCI protection for personnel. This section outlines where GFCI protection is required in dwelling units, and bathrooms are a key area covered. Within a bathroom, all 125-volt, 15-amp and 20-amp receptacles must have GFCI protection. This is intended to protect individuals from potential shock hazards when using electrical appliances near water. However, the NEC makes a distinction between receptacles and luminaires, which include recessed lights. Luminaires are often considered to be hardwired and are installed in a way that reduces the likelihood of contact with water. While not mandated for luminaires over showers, GFCI protection is often a good practice, especially in areas with high humidity or moisture. The decision to install a recessed light over a shower area involves several considerations primarily related to safety and compliance with built-in codes. Firstly, the type of luminaire being installed must be suitable for wet locations. This is because the shower area is exposed to moisture and humidity, which can pose a risk of electrical shock or damage to the fixture if it is not properly rated. Look for luminaires that are specifically marked as suitable for wet locations, as these are designed to withstand the conditions commonly found in shower areas. Secondly, the luminaire needs to be installed in accordance with its listing and labeling instructions. These instructions provide specific guidance on how to properly install the luminaire to ensure its safe and reliable operation. Following these instructions is essential to avoid any potential hazards or code violations. Thirdly, it is important to ensure that the luminaire is properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for stray electrical current to flow back to the source, which helps to prevent electrical shock. The NEC specifies the requirements for grounding electrical equipment, and it is crucial to follow these requirements when installing a luminaire over a shower area. Fourthly, the NEC specifies minimum clearances for luminaires installed near bathtubs and showers. These clearances are intended to prevent water from splashing onto the luminaire and creating an electrical hazard. It is important to consult the NEC to determine the specific clearance requirements for your installation. The requirement for GFCI protection for luminaires is governed by NEC Section 410.8. This section focuses on luminaires in damp or wet locations. While it doesn't explicitly mandate GFCI for all luminaires over showers, it does state that specific types of luminaires must be GFCI protected. These might include specific cord and plug connected luminaires, or those installed in certain hazardous locations. In addition to the NEC, it is also important to be aware of any local codes or regulations that may apply to electrical installations in your area. Local codes may have more stringent requirements than the NEC, and it is essential to comply with these requirements to ensure the safety of the installation. Therefore, even if the NEC does not require GFCI protection for a recessed light over a shower, a local code might. Moreover, when selecting a recessed light for a shower, consider its ingress protection, or IP, rating. This rating indicates the level of protection the luminaire offers against solid objects and liquids. For shower applications, a luminaire with a high IP rating such as I65 or higher is recommended to ensure that it is protected against water ingress. While the NEC does not mandate GFCI protection for recessed lights over showers in all situations, it is important to follow all other applicable requirements of the code to ensure safe and compliant installation. This includes using suitable luminaires, following listing and labeling instructions, properly grounding the luminaire, and maintaining required clearances. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector if you have any questions or concerns about electrical installations in your area. Furthermore, the 2023 NEC introduces changes that affect GFCI protection requirements, and it's important to stay updated with the latest edition. While the core principle regarding recessed lights over showers may remain the same, interpretations and specific applications can evolve with each code cycle. When working with electrical installations, safety should always be the top priority. The electrical shock can be deadly, and it is essential to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself and others from harm. Always disconnect power before working on any electrical equipment, and use appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, such as insulated gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the job. To summarize, firstly, the NEC does not universally mandate GFCI protection for recessed lights over showers. Secondly, GFCI protection is required for 125 volt, 15 amp and 20 amp receptacles in bathrooms. Thirdly, luminaires must be suitable for wet locations and installed according to their listing. Fourthly, grounding and clearance requirements must be followed as per the NEC. Fifthly, local codes may have additional requirements beyond the NEC. Sixthly, the IP rating of the luminaire should be considered for moisture protection. Seventhly, always prioritize safety and consult with a qualified electrician. It's also worth noting the difference between FCI and GFCI protection. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or FCIs, protect against fires caused by arcing faults, while GFCIs protect against electrical shock. While FCIs are mandated for many circuits in a dwelling, they are not the same as GFCIs and do not provide the same type of protection in wet locations. The absence of a specific NEC requirement for GFCI protection on recessed lights over showers doesn't mean it's not a good idea. Many electricians and homeowners opt to include GFCI protection as an added layer of safety. This is especially true in situations where there are young children or elderly individuals using the shower. The added peace of mind can be well worth the relatively small cost of a GFCI breaker or receptacle. Finally, remember that electrical codes are constantly evolving. The NEC is updated every 3 years, and local codes may be updated even more frequently. It is important to stay informed about the latest changes to ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant. Consulting with a licensed electrician is always the best way to ensure that your electrical work meets all applicable codes and standards. They can provide expert advice on the specific requirements for your area and help you to make informed decisions about electrical safety.